I
like
LeBlanc being hovered.
Banning out the mid laners has just reverted the meta back to Azir. And then LeBlanc comes out and Azir counter, so very mobile mid-jungle combo.
As Henna does have his Varus up and available, could be something that he could lean on if he would like to. Or the Jinx! We've seen this. Jinx versus Zeri has been a thing in the past.
Looks like T+ potentially going for the Poppy, and there's a lot of dashes that they could stop.
Oh, the Rice. You can see, look at Lucid's face. He's like, very, very exciting stuff. Let's jump into the riff for game number 1. Like, you should talk to Hugh Jackman about it. Doesn't he have plating on his bones?
Yeah, and it seemed very painful when he got it put on.
Oh yeah, that's true. It was really painful, and he just like he has regeneration, right? And so like that's what allows him to put up with it. Yeah, it must be very painful. As Execute gonna get stunned up here momentarily, taking a bit of damage as we can see. Aiming and Kellen with a bit of control of the lane. Nautilus is more. You know, I'm actually like I'm kind of disappointed that I spent the time, you know, eating my lunch. As what? That's a solo kill! Closer just dives the turret and walks away!
As you can see, it's a LeBlanc favored matchup. Quite heavily.
I think
you're
like counterpick.
Level 3, you're expected to get a solo kill.
Oh my god, do you know what this is?
There's like a sweet spot where the reset potential is really high.
Oh, that is a lot of damage going down onto Kellen. Flame Chomp is holding him in place there as well, and now he's much squishier. That is going to be another kill, as in the 2v2, Henna just destroys the Nautilus.
It did.
I think the LCK team won that.
They did, and we can see Raptor moving up, but doesn't have level 6. It is a level 6 Cassante. I don't think this is a plausible dive, but they're looking to capitalize on the plates now that the reinforcement is gone.
Do we have a minute? Can we just pop back and just do a little bit more? As
No,
Hook is going to connect. There's the knock-up. Flash does come out from Raptor as Aiming looking to try and get some certification. Raptor goes in and Aiming blows him up. That's going to be the first one for D+, and it's on exactly the right champion.
Like, Execute wasn't there as well, and he'd probably be a better person to send him first as the Rel. But regardless, like, you didn't have backup from your mid-AD carry, so you couldn't afford that. So just definitely an overstep. Does end up costing them some pressure, but the Dragon can still be contested. We do see Closer TPing in with a Ludens.
Yep. Henna also does have his Kraken Slayer completed, so item completion advantage here for B&K on the bottom side at least.
I need to know, did it say in the lore?
Trying to push Showmaker even further away once again, gets himself in a rise, as now we'll get the information. Is it going to be the Chemtech Soul? Is it going to be a Cloud? We haven't had one of those either. As there it is, the lockdown, and there's the Chemtech. As it goes Closer, looks for an opportunity. Execute gets a Magnet Storm, and it's onto exactly the one they wanted. Impale comes down as well. Emperor's Divide hits 3. Showmaker navigates his way out just barely. As Clear is going to grab that one with the passive. That's why they always say more dots. As Clear is going to ram Kellen into the wall. The turret going to be helping out there as well, as Lucid's going to make his way down. Teleport to come in as well, as see whether Execute and Clear can survive. As Lucid gets underneath the turret, Hook is going to connect there, and the Skarner is going to fall down. 2-1-0 for the Zeri is certainly good news, but everywhere else, these lanes are getting pummeled.
Yeah, this is actually a big advantage for B&K Fear X here. Getting both these out of towers and trade 100% win.
Yeah, Henna will be able to take this turret. Yeah, that's going to go down. Cease and desist can now come on through with Showmaker. I think he just knows that he's dead. He puts up the Sun Disc and says, that's it for me. See whether this siege is going to be successful, as Kingin opting for a back, as Execute just going to have a bit of fun here. Throws a whole bunch of mines towards this turret as well. And that is 6 grubs, so they really do destroy these turrets quickly. Pressures the ocean floor as we've got a bit of an attack here. That is a great little pickup onto Closer. We thought he'd be pretty safe, as so far he kind of is. There's another distortion, and he just gets himself out. Why did we ever doubt him? There's Kingin, now looking to get amongst it. Kellen, okay. Gonna throw out the hook, but the Vault Breaker is going to come on through. Shattering Strike for a double stun is decent, as Kingin gets himself out. Able to utilize that extra tenacity as Raptor going to create that distance nicely, but has to use the flash to do so. And Kingin now finds himself in amongst it alone. And Henna gonna get excited after picking up that kill. Clear throwing rocks around, and Kellen just going to leave the area. B&K in full control, and they are not relinquishing.
And if you're wondering how is Showmaker half HP, he was 1v1ing the Baron, so didn't Yeah, I don't think anyone actually hit him.
Oh!
Now he's nearly dead.
He did get hit that time, though. I saw that. That was closer. And they're just on the Baron. Execute going to head in towards this Baron pit. Callan over the top. Lucid in the area. Does have ulti, does have flash. Almost has smite. Closer wanting to get him out of here is all right. Execute diving on in, wanting to get rid of this Viego. Aiming, throws down the ulti. Could it be his time? They've already taken out the jungle. Emperor's Divide pushes the Stunner into the wall. Look at these health bars. It is a Zeri smorgasbord, but he's slowed down. Has to flash on forward and he'll be able to take down Execute. Oh dear, BNK, they may have just dropped the ball, but not entirely.
Oh, but looks like they might be going over the Baron themselves. Henna's nowhere near, doesn't have the help.
And this is kind of, it's kind of exactly what Nongshim tried to do in their last series as well as Henna. He went back to base. Yeah, this should just be the Baron going down. Clear is just really dead, so he's going to be the icing on the cake. Super Mega Death Rocket! No, not happening. Aiming just going to tank that one up.
That's a big spot.
As Lucid going to get spotted, there's a cease and desist, which will be cancelled. In fact, that's the only champion that you're not allowed to press that button on.
Yeah, but that was actually pretty good timing, because if Lucid was, because obviously the Vi was traveling a long distance, if you did it early, you might have just got knocked up afterwards.
True. Oh. As there's a hook, and the Impale is going to be avoided there as well, so that's another cooldown that is now down. Closer trying to take the Nautilus for a walk, but he will not do so. Kingen into the backline, gonna get smashed into the wall, but he's pretty tanky, and it's a fight on multiple fronts. We'll see whether the pincer is going to work as Kingen bearing the brunt of it. He is going to get executed by the Super Mega Death Rocket, and Depth Charge not followed up on at all. There is the Shattering Strike into the crash down as Showmaker in so much trouble, but he gets the Emperor's Divide down, and now it's Aiming's turn to try and pop up. Oh my god! This Zeri able to grab that double kill. It's not a wipe. It's not completely over.
Need to kill Aiming.
They do need to kill Aiming.
That's the job. That's the goal. That's all there is to it. Henna's killing Red Buff. That's not Aiming.
That is not Aiming. Raptor is in the pit. That's not Aiming. As the Drake is going to be secured by Raptor. That's not Aiming. Oh, the three-man Impale, but not on Aiming. He finds the ulti, though. Aiming now gets behind the wall, and Closer looks for that backline. That's Aiming. Is he actually going to be able to kill him, though? That's the question. Is now Execute dashing forward. Oh, Aiming is going to die, but not before he takes down more of them. A triple kill for the Jinx, and Henna getting online. Lucid now dashing around, finding the angles, and there it is. I have to say, I didn't see that.
Oh, yeah,
I have to be honest. As Showmaker possibly going to get closed in on here as Closer. Going to give away his position. And down to half health is this Baron. D+, though, are able to get themselves back up to a decent health margin. Just want to stop any of the funny business. They don't want any sort of wraparound as Aiming. He's skating out of there.
Yeah,
he just wants to try and end the game.
Aiming has no flash. Raptor does. I don't think I have to spell it out. Just flash on Aiming and ult him. I spelled it out, but yeah, do that.
You didn't spell it.
Well, I explained it.
If you could spell it, that'd be good. J. I'll start with
U.
Yeah.
S.
Yeah.
T. Space. K.
Yeah.
I. L. L. Space. A. I. M.
Yeah.
I. N. G.
Oh my. Okay, just kill Aiming.
Yeah, there we go.
It was so simple. And then just be a Jinx is now Closer going to pick up a Depth Charge. Kellen looking for the hook angle. He will be able to get it. And pop goes the LeBlanc. That is kill number one for Aiming, as now they're barreling down looking for the rest of BNK FearX. They may have to settle for a Baron because a 4 versus 5 is not what they're looking for. And without Closer, they lose so much of their damage. Henna can breathe a bit of a sigh of relief here as they look to set up for the Elder.
And especially if this comes down to a smite fight, Lucid doesn't have his tools to close the distance.
Oh, Kellen looking for that flank angle. Closer dashing out of the way. Just being as tricky as possible. Lucid did have his mist. He's going to lose out on that for the moment. There is the crash into the wall, the Impale onto 2, but where's the follow-up? Where are the answers here as Execute gets the Magnus on it. Aiming is going to be executed quite literally, but now Showmaker doing so much DPS, they take down Closer, and Henna, it is your time. He's at full health, and Lucid gets the dragon, and Kingen will find Henna. D+ Kia, they didn't even need Aiming, and they will ace BNK FearX and they will win game 1.
Showmaker has had such a quiet game, but he pops off in the final fight. Aiming goes down, but his team are there.
Look at that Showmaker face in the player cam. My God, we really need to see the player cams and the voice comms at the end of this one. Because D+ Kia, against all odds, are able to turn it. The just kill aiming was a success.
And it wasn't enough.
And it was not enough. They'll take down the Nexus there to shock Teemo FaZe. The early game wasn't close. It was all B&K. The solo kill from Closer into the 2v2 kill from Henna and Execute on the bottom side of the map. There are so many positives. You can see it here. Ooh, I like this.
Yeah, going for the Gnar. Seen Zeus bring that one out. I believe into D+.
Yeah, I think this was game 2, right? And it was not very close at all. And so we'll see whether they can lean on that into D+ Kia, looking for their first 2-0 here in the LCK. Let's jump into the ref for game 2. Gen.G doing pretty well there.
I've heard a lot of people say you should give 110%. So maybe Gen.G focus on trying to up that percentage a little bit.
I remember that from Bedazzled. One of my favorite quotes from the movie. As Clear, standing in the brush here, just wanting to avoid taking unlimited boomerangs from this Gnar that can be quite frustrating in the matchup, was probably one of the earliest of the answers to K'Sante. It wasn't really an answer because K'Sante at the time was extraordinarily broken. Just have to make sure that they can... Okay, never mind. It's got a Headbutt Pulverize onto Henna. Kellen going to be knocked up, though, taking so much damage here. Now lit on fire. As aiming still at full health, though. They're not going to quite be able to finish off the kill, and they don't even get the flash out from Kellen just yet. Aiming still just trying to punish as now the dive comes in. That's going the wrong way, but he still takes a turret shot as Showmaker looks for the threaded volley. He finds the big rock, one more auto, and he'll return the favor.
Beautiful play from Showmaker, gets the solo kill after being on the receiving end in game 1.
Back to lane. Let's have a look at this one more time. And I was a little bit worried, right? Because normally you seismic shove over the rocks to get the value. But he was in turret range after that.
Okay. Yeah, the turret hit just contributing so much. And Closer goes for like a short flash so that you can try and...
I think he basically just said, what were you doing?
Yeah.
B&K possibly able to start this one off with 3.
Well,
Lucid moving in.
Nearly there, by the way. He's a lot closer.
Yep, Weaver's Wall coming on through there. That is going to be the seismic shove. Raptor going to have to try and twist and advance his way away, and he will be able to do so. But Kellen is going to find the headbutt, and now aiming gets in here in the nick of time. Kellen survives somehow. And on the other side of the fight, it's Showmaker getting his second. Oh dear. This is the opposite start of game number 1, and B&K finding themselves in a big deficit.
On this one.
Yep.
And I'm hoping this one is in the Chemtech.
Yeah, you are paying extra attention.
I am dialed in. It's Cloud now, so no Cloud.
Oh, no Cloud, so that's a bit sad.
No Cloud Souls today.
Yeah, I know.
I'd be like, wow, winning early is really bad. So maybe B&K Fearx are going for that angle. And if so, they're being challenged
severely. All right, there's going to be the ulti as Raptor trying to get out of there. He does manage to lock down one of the grubs here as aiming, looking to try and get away, and Execute not going to be able to do that whatsoever. Showmaker now just going to try and lock him down. Does get the flash out from Raptor, but I guess they got what they came for. That is 4 grubbies. They're able to lock down 2 of them, all that D+ can muster.
Yeah, not sure it's a weird trade for B&K Fearx, I'll be honest. Oh, Closer.
Well, Kellen's going to look for it. Does manage to interrupt the rocket jump. A very difficult task, as we know. Henna does the walk tactic to get out of the seismic shove, but he's just standing here a little bit too long. He's got the barrier, the big old rock as... Oh!
And so they're no longer picking him things like Jinx, and they're going, hey, get him on Zeri, because it works.
Well, now we're looking for a fight around Herald. Extendo Beam not quite going to catch Clear as he makes his way in. They will be able to grab some Banana Brush control as now the Brambles come out, or the Kitty Cats, I should say. Headbutt Pulp comes in as the Weaver's Wall splits up the fight. Clear can't quite get out of there, but he does avoid the seismic shot. Finds a huge cube, and now aiming. Throws down the ulti. Closer has locked up the Vi, though, and now the re-engage. Oh, the Pulverize into the shove. Picture perfect from Kellen and Showmaker.
Oh, man, you know, because sometimes I don't see on the sign that says 1+1, and when I go to the till, I'm just...
Oh, and he's like, go and get another one? You're like, okay. And speaking of getting another one, we have another team fight here as Lucid going to be able to take down one, throws out the ulti, and then dies pretty quickly. Kellen absorbing a lot here with his unbreakable will. And D+, not going to be able to save this turret, I don't think. Spherex come on down, never you mind, as in goes Kellen once again. Seismic shove this time is going to land, and it's aiming that's able to lock down that first kill. The killer instinct is finally here though for Henna as he's taken so many rocks to the dome. One too many there, says Showmaker, and he locks down the double kill. Kingen has now found clear. This is a top lane matchup, Atlas. We can dial it down a little bit, and I will do so. Yep, and they're hitting, pressing buttons. What did you think of the team fight off?
But here, with the Unraveled Earth coming back up again, there's nothing you can do.
Oh, we got more fighting. There's another headbutt pulverized, this time onto Raptor. He's going to be the first one to go down in this fight. Showmaker in pretty good position. Lucid just interrupting everything. Kingen diving on top, but the K'Sante will not be stopped from... Never mind, Zeri's going to be able to do so. Henna now running away from Aiming, who is completely powered up. There's the double. Over the wall goes Execute, but you will not survive. It's the triple kill as we're diving into turrets before we've taken outers.
The cleanup so good there from D+, which is...
back in live, Henna is not live.
I hate to be that guy, but I can't, you know, we did say the Rakan terrible into the Talia, and we kind of saw an example why right there.
And this is the other kill that we got out of the replay that was from before, and Henna as extendo beams are flying in. There's the Weave as well. They're looking to close in onto Closer, no pun intended. I apologize for that one. And he's just going to get jumped on by the Meganar. Now Henna is running for the hills, and D+ are just trying to catch him one after the other. Extendo beam comes down. The ulti from Aiming is there. Execute is just in no man's land. I guess it's his side of the map, but B&K are completely disjointed.
This kind of reminds me, though, you remember last summer when KT had that massive win streak?
Oh, yeah.
Game win streak, and they kept playing like the same champs, and Aiming was on Kai'Sa. It's feeling like that with Zeri at the moment.
It is feeling a little bit like that. Let's see whether B&K can overcome it, as Closer has a great flank angle, but Showmaker buying some time here with the Zhonya's. He is able to flash his way out. Seismic shove to protect him. Meanwhile, the rest of the fight, Aiming is in a little bit of trouble. Throws down the ulti is now Henna trying to answer, but it does not work. Execute almost going to get killed by Kellen after Showmaker does so much heroism. And Raptor is hoping they forget that he's here. And they won't.
You're there!
Unfortunately, there is vision, and the sweeper doesn't last long enough. Execute's also dead. Kingen throws a drill at him, which is something you shouldn't do in real life, but you can in League of Legends. It's absolutely fine as Aiming, chasing down the tree, and Raptor just wants to sleep. He's in his pajamas, Aiming. He's going to dab and head into the brush. They throw down the control ward, an expensive kill here, but it's going to be the 9th for Aiming, and things that are expensive, not something that Aiming really cares about. We know he loves to farm. But this is pretty up there, as Lucid, speaking of Execute.
You know, I feel like, honestly, because Poppy's W is quite short.
True. Well, we're going to trade some positions here, as Henna, the killer instinct, we were asking for it, some more proactive play, and sadly we got it.
That certainly was a decision you can make.
Oh,
but
no.
yeah, like at least Poppy's W, like, you know, it is a brief the time it's up for. But Showmaker just slams the Unraveled Earth up and it's just there.
Yeah. Kellen, Unbreakable Will, gonna be able to get him out of there, it's clear. Travels over some rocks, but he's pretty tanky, he's not too worried about it. This turret going to fall down, and there's another headbutt pole. Kellen, you maestro of the engage. Never mind, it may not necessarily work out as Aiming. Never mind, he's at full health. Clear, going to get taken down. The burst fire is now coming in as Aiming skates over the little rock. They'll take down this inhibitor. Okay, well, they might be able to get themselves towards a dragon. That's what's going to be spawning now, as Raptor is still relatively low. Kingen trying to get out of the way of Henna, who's going to get slowed down by the boomerang. There's some more knockups going to be connecting here onto Execute. Clear back to full health as the Weaver's Wall comes in. They're splitting up the fight once again. The Grand Entrance, so powerful, and another pulverize just says absolutely not. Kingen is flashing on top of Henna as well. It's a quadra kill for Aiming on the Zeri. I had a penny for the amount of times these Zeris have gotten multi-kills. I'd have lots of pennies this season. As Raptor, he might be the extended pentakill, and that's it. Aiming's gonna lock it down. I'm sorry for not screaming my lungs off, but it's been so many already this season.
And it's another for Zeri. It's always Zeri, but Aiming, after a pretty monstrous performance on Zeri, will get the penta, and they will close out the series 2-0. Their first 2-0 of summer.
Yeah. Oh, man. 37k damage on Aiming, but Showmaker with a highly respectable 32.6.
Thank you very much. This is Dear for the POG interview translation, joined by Lucid and Showmaker on the side of D plus Kia, who secured their third victory by defeating BNK Fira. Congratulations! What a clean 2-0 victory. How do you feel, Lucid?
전 경기를 되게 뭔가 2대 0으로 너무 아쉽게
The previous
져가지고
match,
이번 경기는 꼭 2대 0으로 깔끔히 이겨야겠다
it left a lot
생각했었는데
to be
2대 0으로
desired with
깔끔히
the
이겨서
loss.
기분
It
좋은
was a
것 같습니다.
2-0 loss, and now we're able to pick ourselves back with a 2-0 victory instead, so it feels great. And Showmaker, yeah, I personally didn't do too hot in the last match, and being able to grab this 2-0 victory makes me very happy. This is your fourth POG, and you're in the sole position of first place in the standings, Lucid. Did you know? Oh, I just found out. There is something even more impressive, which is you got 4 POGs with all unique champions with Nidalee, Poppy, Vi, and Viego. So what's the secret to being this good? I'm sure I probably played well, but it's just that the drafts were really good, and all of my teammates being able to sort of make me look good is also part of it. What do you think, Showmaker? He's giving you your credit. Yeah, it's great. And in game 1, D plus Kia took Viego as the R5 pick, and after seeing the blind pick Vi, can you walk us through how you completed the draft? When the opponent picked Vi, I felt like if we play something like Vi or Poppy or Viego, I knew that that's just something that can bully the opponent out. So I think that's just a part of like a mind games during drafting. And at the second half of game 1, you guys got your dragon stolen, but in this replay, got a big win in the team fight, which was a game decider. So can you walk us through how you found this angle? I saw the front line trying to sort of cluster together, and it was pretty dangerous, but we were able to play out the team fight pretty well, and that's why we won. So would you say that this is more like a instinctive based on how your reflexes are? Yeah, I think it's really based on how I end up responding rather than trying to think this through. So how do you keep calm in this place? I personally don't think I'm very composed or anything like that, but I am playing around a lot more calmer players around me, so maybe that's why. It looks like he was asking for help. Showmaker, what do you think? To be honest, Lucid doesn't really put in a lot of thought. He's really mechanically talented. He actually just plays instinctively. And even in team fights, I feel like we definitely go through millions of different thoughts. So we had a Showmaker versus Closer matchup. What was the most important factor in today's mid matchup? For mid matchups, I think that's really the core of the game. So being able to not lose control over the mid lane is probably the most important, but in game 1, we definitely collapsed pretty hard, but we're able to pick ourselves up. So you guys also traded solo kills right here. You got your revenge from game 1 here, and your ability combo was pretty impeccable here. And then after that solo kill, you looked so... Your reaction seemed so confused. So why were you so flustered? I just didn't think that he was gonna come in, and I had biscuits, so that's why I was a little confused. And Closer in game 1, he actually had such a cool solo kill moment, and then when I got the solo kill here, it was just so a little bit unexpected. In game 2, Showmaker, your kill participation was quite high, and you really lived up to your Showmaker, Playmaker role. So what's the key point in playing Talia against against Tristana.
분리해서 CS 잘 받아먹는 거랑
In the early game, it's actually harder to win as Talia, but I just had to make sure that I see as well and be able to hit my skill shots. Lucid, for aiming's Penta, we noticed that the team was putting in collaborative effort. And we actually heard aiming say, Lucid trying to take my Penta away again. Did you want to steal it? Rather than trying to steal it, I just really wanted to end the match and be done and go home. And since the rest of the team really wants to give aiming his pentakill, I was just trying to go along with it. So with today's victory, I'm sure your fans are very proud of you. Any shout out to the fans? Lucid? Our last match was quite terrible, so I felt really bad about that, but I'm able to pick ourselves up again, and I hope that we can continue this momentum. Thank you so much for all your support. And Showmaker, for this week, this is how we get to end strong. I hope that we can continue our winning streak from now on. Thank you. And that's the end of the interview from Lucid and Showmaker of D+ Kia, and back to the space. Thank you.